In May of 2023, the Writers Guild of America went on strike as a result of breakdown in negotiations with Hollywood studios that employ them. Then in July of the same year, the Screen Actors Guild, SAG-aftra, also went on strike as a result of their own demands not being met by the major Hollywood studios. The last time the two unions were on strike at the same time was over 60 years ago. Unsurprisingly, their demands have had some similar overlaps and cover two major innovations within the entertainment industry that were not prevalent when the Writers Guild last went on strike in 2007 and 8. Those two major innovations are, of course, artificial intelligence and the rise of streaming services as a dominant content delivery platform for the Hollywood industry. In this video, we are going to focus on the AI aspect of their demands, and I will be doing a follow-up video that talks about the rise of the streaming services and why they have been a bad deal for writers and actors so far. Artificial intelligence has been a major topic in the last year or so as many different generative models have come into the public spotlight. From Midjourney's ability to generate images to ChatGPT's rise as a system that generates answers to your wide array of questions. These tools do have a lot of promise and potential, but with that promise and potential comes the ability to use that in a value additive way or in an exploitative way or abusive way. Artificial intelligence has become a corporate buzzword. They tend to throw it around as much as possible on their quarterly earnings calls and attempt to boost their stock prices and amuse investors. Well, it's no surprise that companies are looking at ways to use AI technologies to cut costs and replace expensive labor with automated models that can fill these job gaps, quote, well enough. I did a whole video on AI job replacement and why I do believe that concerns about AI job replacement are a bit overblown, but in that video I do accept that some jobs and industries will see labor shifts as a result of these AI tools developing and coming into place. It's bound to happen. Well, those AI fears have come to light for the writers and actors of Hollywood as they see the big studio companies looking for a way to utilize AI in replacement of both writers and actors. For the Writers Guild, AI concerns are around the ability to generate story content for studio shows and movies. The Writers Guild has called for regulating the use of AI on MBA covered projects, and their demands are AI can't write or rewrite literary material, AI can't be used as source material, and MBA covered material can't be used to train AI. The MBA stands for the Minimum Basic Agreement. It's essentially the collective bargaining agreement that the Writers Guild has in place with the Hollywood studios. Hollywood has rejected those demands, and so far in regards to the AI, the studios have limited their offering to saying that written material produced by generative AI will not be considered literary material and that it would not affect the writer's compensation, credit, and separated rights. This means that writers' work could still be used to train generative AI, which is a problem for many writers because once they have enough of your writing manuscripts, they could essentially create models to generate more content in that writer's voice and style while cutting them out of any sort of financial rewards in the future. For the Screen Actors Guild, AI concerns stem from the advancement in digital technologies to recreate actors' likeness as a digital replica. Technology in Hollywood is getting to the point where they could hire an actor for one job and essentially scan or capture their image and likeness with different cameras and then use AI tools to replicate that actor in future scenes. We've seen the technology used in Disney's Star Wars franchise for both the late Carrie Fisher in The Rise of Skywalker and turning back the clock on a young Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker in The Mandalorian. Of course, the actor would only be paid for the one job and then the studio would have access to their image and likeness in perpetuity, never having to pay them again, which we can see is a big problem when they don't have to require any further consent from the actor or even informed notice on the part of the Hollywood studio that they are using that actor in future content. For smaller background actors, this could be a major problem as studios could turn to this technology for a lot of their background extras rather than live actors. And keep in mind, if the studios are able to use these digital replicas instead of live actors, then it does not only impact the actors' employability, but it also means that studios will need less makeup artists and less costume designers and anyone else that goes into the production that's centered around supporting these these different actors. So far, Hollywood studios have rejected the SAG-AFTRA's demands and offered no tenable alternatives. Please indulge me for a moment as I make my own labor demand. If you are enjoying this video, I would love it if you would hit the like button and consider subscribing to the channel for more economics and business content in the future. It does seem like this moment in time will become an inflection point for Hollywood around the uses of artificial intelligence. If the unions are able to stay strong and hold to their demands, they might be able to get a firm handle on how AI is going to be used in Hollywood. If they fail, then I expect Hollywood studios to blaze forward and forever change the way movies are made by shrinking the labor that goes into the cost of producing these films and TV shows. It's worth considering the implications of a fully unleashed AI and what impact that would be on future television and movie content. Writing and acting are often considered creative arts, and could a machine be as truly creative and connect with humans on a human level like a living artist could? I'm not sure. The challenge with generative AI is that it's very good at imitation, and it's still being trained off of something, be it actual artist work or writer's novels. It's not so good at wholly new idea generation, at least not yet. Now, I do believe that human art is derivative too. Many artists are influenced by other artists, and their work will become an amalgamation or synthesis of those they have enjoyed and studied over the years of working on their own craft. But ultimately, the artist is creating something in their own image. The question is, can a machine actually do that? Can AI create something new and unique based off of its training data, or will it just rehash the same stories or art over and over? I don't know. I think the ideal state in the minds of these Hollywood studio executives is that AI is used as the starting point. They can use AI to create a general story idea with the AI models and then hire writers to flesh out the story with a human touch and perspective. Of course, under Hollywood's bargaining with these unions, these would fall under adaptations if they had it their way, and then the writers would receive less compensation for their work. And as a writer, it probably doesn't feel too great to be used as a compiler for a computer's idea rather than an individual who can create something in their own image and ideas. Hopefully Hollywood doesn't get to that point, but we will see how the negotiations go. I do think AI technologies will be a valuable and useful tool going forward. The applications and uses across many industries, Hollywood notwithstanding, are quite evident, but people have a right to be cautious about how it will be used. Many fear it will be abused and exploited by larger corporations for profit, and I think that's a fair assumption to make. So if a union wants to take a stance on strict regulations of such tools, then I can't fault them for taking that position. Hopefully the unions are able to stand strong together and get what they are asking for, but time will tell. In my next video, we will be going over the other major contention point in the Hollywood strike, which is streaming services. If you enjoyed this video, then please consider checking out the one on the screen now. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.